Hey. All right, we on the mic. We got Kenny in the house.
What's up?
East Coast.
Yeah.
What part of the East Coast?
Well, I'm from Maine. It's just one of us here today. Drew is. We're from Brooklyn, and yeah, I'm out here visiting in Vegas for my buddy's bachelor party this weekend, but came a little earlier.
Yeah, Kenny hit me up and let me know he's in town because I've been in communication with this fabulous group, Rain, for years now. And you guys have been making a lot of waves lately. Tell us what happened. Like, you went from Tampa to New York, you're in Brooklyn, and now you're like signing with major labels.
Yeah, I mean, it's we Drew and I we started in Tampa, and kind of maybe a few months after we started the project, we made the move to Brooklyn. We had some close friends up there, and yeah, the music scene is just amazing up there. New York is something special, especially just really anything, not even just music. There's a big scene.
Tell us about the beginning. You and Drew, how'd you guys get to like make this happen? You were in bands, and next thing you know, you're in house.
Yeah. So I mean, kind of going back, Drew and I actually have known each other. We met in Tampa electronic scene. We used to play the same shows. There was a club called Amphitheater that kind of moved over to this other venue called the Ritz in Tampa, and we were both playing shows there. And Drew was doing more like bass music at the time, and I was doing house music under my first
moniker.
Casey Gilmore was the name, but yeah,
Do we need to know what that means?
I know. Oh my God. Maybe like a little.
Is there a backstory? Or
it's actually so like. It's kind of like initials, Casey, and my last name is Gil. That's how we met. And I had been producing. Drew actually came over to my studio at the time. It's probably like 8 years ago, and he was just starting out. And I had given him some feedback. And then fast forward a few years, COVID happened. My buddies, we had a monthly party called Boots and Cats, and we had Drew come open up for the party, and I reconnected with Drew, and he was just finished Tool Room Academy, and I was like, yeah, shout out Tool Room.
Tool Room.
And
if you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
If you go there, you know what's up. Yeah.
So 100%. Like we got in the studio, and we did our first song, which actually was the inspiration on our first collab together. It came together in like 2 days. It was kind of taken from his final project, challenge remix or whatever they do at the end of the course. It's a service called TrackLib. It's really cool. You can like license vocals off of it. And,
can we hear it?
Yeah.
Do you and Drew, you guys produce your own music? You guys do everything?
Yeah. It's all in house, and being a mixing master engineer many years before electronic music, that's kind of like our strength.
The band days.
Yeah, it's kind of like our strength. We're able to do it all fully in house.
Okay, yeah. I feel like that's the best way to do it, especially if you want to execute what you're trying to.
Yeah,
your vision,
speed,
speed.
Just get things out. But yeah, this is Soul. This is the first song we ever made, and it actually Dylan Nathaniel signed it to his label.
Is that right?
Yeah. So shout out Dylan.
Hey. Oh, you guys came out strong.
Yeah, first song.
It's a tough one.
I mean, well, because he was just out of Tool Room, so he had all the tricks, right?
Yeah. It's kind of, and it's got that Tool Room kind of part.
100%, that percussive.
We love Ben Remember.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of these parts in here are Ben Remember perk samples. Yeah. I actually, when I'm going to I'm trying to write a lead or something, I will I'll pull out the guitar or the bass, and because that's just how I always naturally wrote in the beginning. So I won't necessarily use the guitar on it, but just to write and find a melody, I'll do that, and then I'll transpose it to synth or whatever. That's a tough.
So those vocals were from that.
Yeah, TrackLib, yeah. It's TrackLib's great. When you're looking to use vocals that Splice is great, but vocals on Splice are used by you'll put out a song and then someone else puts out.
When everybody's using the same sample, it's losing its luster.
Exactly.
This is a quite remarkable track.
Thank you.
And so like, did you two like discuss, like, I don't know, like, let's go to this site and see what the vocals sound like?
It was just kind of what we were using at the time.
Yeah.
And it just kind of all came together.
Now, when you created this, were you like, this is gonna be our sound, you know?
Yeah, it was the start. Yeah, kind of like, and we over time, we love the like top house.
Yeah.
We call it like TFF.
Yeah.
That's like how we label it.
Okay.
But we have our softer, more like 5 year. We call them like love songs.
Right.
Like
R&B-ish.
We have 3 or 4 different sub-genres, I guess we really like to kind of dip between too, and that really helps in our set too, like to be able to have, a variation. Always going to be playing that.
Yeah. So after you guys created this, what was your thoughts about moving forward? What did you think you were like? What was the plan?
Well, so we just kept going, and actually when we wrote this song, we didn't even, Rain wasn't even an idea yet. We were just kind of doing it individually as like a collaboration between, like he had his project name idea, really hadn't launched it. I had mine, and we're like, all right, it's gonna be like a collab.
Yeah, let's try it out.
But like after about 2-3 weeks, we ended up with like 4 songs, like really
and
fast.
2 to 3, wow.
Yeah.
That's super fast. That was the first one. So when you started to move forward, what was the next track, and what was the next sound that you? So
if I recall correctly, it was right around when EDC Orlando was happening. So I think it was like we saw like Eli Brown and Neon Garden with like the big
techno.
33, 135, some of that. But some of our earlier stuff, we weren't writing it that fast, but it was more of like this like festival energy, like still tech house, but like we wrote we wrote a few of those. Some of them didn't really ever make the cut, but then our next release after this was The One and Always You, which are like would be like the love songs, right? Like that, that's I think the first release you got on In Flight.
It's like almost like leaning towards the deep house vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, let's hear it.
We kind of we like to, we kind of just like go where the flow takes us. Sometimes it's darker, heavier, sometimes it's vibey. But at the end of the day, it's almost always going to be a house track. Always aim to have it tell a story, and it's the vibes are up, down, this way, that way, and it tells a story. And that's one of my favorite things to do is go, like, when I find an artist, I go start from the first song and then I listen in order. So like, so we try to like strategically, tell a story and evolution, right?
Well produced, very well produced. And this one got signed, or no?
No, this was on our own.
You guys released this, okay. And how did that go for you when you released it?
It's pretty good. I mean, it was our first self-release. We have our own imprint, Raindrops Records. It's just for us right now. And we've only put out 3 on our own imprint. This is the first one.
Do you think that was a good move, or do you regret it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It got some big support.
It's a great song.
Yeah, the original is at 125. So even we played it faster. We played it at 128, and even a little faster.
Actually, I think I played it at 130, and it sounded good.
Yeah, there we go. That's the test of if it's
As you increase the speed, does it still hold? So Kenny said, so this is part of the journey. So this is like still in the early stages.
Yeah, this is like within the first few months.
What are people giving you feedback about when you shared this with them? What did they think?
No, I mean on In-Play, it's always great on In-Play getting the feedback, and usually people are only downloading it if they already like it. But this did well. It's always it's always cool to see when someone says a comment like that. Like like production mix, like 'cause that's what we take a lot of pride in that. Like,
100%.
You know, and you could have a great written song, but if it's not mixed, if it's not mixed right, it's not gonna hit the way.
Levels,
yeah, it's not gonna hit the way it should. So, it's.
And that was you doing the mastering.
Yes, yeah, correct.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, we do everything all in house.
On Ableton.
Yes, well, actually at the time, funny, I used to use, when I was recording bands, I used, first it was Cubase, which was like way old.
I've used Cubase back in the day.
Cubase 5, so like that was a long time ago. But
really, not to date myself.
yeah, right? Yeah, we're talking like 2009-ish, but
right.
But and then I moved to Logic. I was on Logic 9 and then Logic 10 for another 5 years, and I went to Ableton. I've been on Ableton for maybe 7 or 8. And then, but when I started collaborating with Drew, he learned on Logic, and actually when he did Tour Academy, he did the Logic Pro class, Logic 10. And so I was like, okay, no problem. Like, I'll go back to Logic just so we can start working together. So our first like 3 or 4 releases were all on Logic, and then I eventually. It's really cool. Ableton gives you like multiple licenses, so I was like, Drew, like, here's a license, and I converted them. This is a cool one. I'll start with here. So
this would be like after the one.
Yeah, like it was. Moving on, I kind of go in order on the order of some of these earlier tracks. Pure Passion was, I believe, our first collab that we did, and it's with my good friend Kyle Kench. It came out on an awesome label called Street Tracks. And Kyle's actually got another release coming out with them soon, but he's done like 5 or 6 with them. And so he had sent this along with a few others. And this is one of those this was probably like the lightest we've gone. This one is called Pure Passion. And it was a collab with Kyle Kench. It came out on Street Tracks, but
that's pretty.
Yeah, kind of like the drops, kind of like I love Future House.
I love song. What's it called? Pure Passion. What side is it? A love song? Is there a message?
She's talking in the story. She's talking about a man.
Is this somebody that you knew that was telling her story?
No, I actually started this with Kyle, and then it was an idea I had with Kyle before Ray was even a name. And when we went to release it, I gave Drew the hey, make any adjustments. So he added a few little things.
Percussion. So this is kind of like the third bigger release that you guys was assigned.
Our first show was Sunset Music Festival. The second show. No, in Tampa. We actually had our first show was. I don't know if you've heard of Sleeping Live. They're a duo. They're also out of New York too. We booked them in Tampa. I was with my buddies that we were playing a Houston Cats party, and so that was our first show, and then our second show was like the following week, Sunset Music Festival. It was awesome. It was so sick. No. But we played this cool down temp. And it was like the heat of the day. And so it was like completely slammed. But because it was hot.
Have you been to Vegas before?
Yeah, I've been once before. Last summer, I was on tour with my buddy's band, Bad Luck, and I was only here for like 12 hours. We played over on Fremont somewhere. Probably our first biggest one that we had that was like really like a smash, I guess. And it was our first signing on Gene Ferris's label, Ferris Wheel. Kyle is good friends with Gene. And Kyle, when Gene was playing Tampa, I believe Kyle was like dropping him off at the airport or picking him up or something like that. And was playing, some of his music. And then he showed him the light because Kyle loved the light. and Kyle had been literally. I think Kyle played the light in every set of the whole year. He's like
He was plugging it.
he was
nonstop.
just obsessed with it, which is so cool. And I played it for Gene, and Gene was like, "This is awesome! I want it! Like, connect me with them." So that's how that first one happened. And yeah, I'll go ahead and just get started.
Right,
Yeah, the light. Yeah.
Which is, if y'all don't know, Gene Ferris's epic record label.
OG. He's
Yeah,
OG.
he's OG Chicago.
Yeah, it was awesome to get that support from Gene and the whole team there. And we actually Gorgon City played it at Mirage too. Drew and I happened to be there. It was awesome.
Like what year? Like we're in like 2022, 2023.
This is 23. Yep. So it's October.
Moving right along.
Yep. Yeah, 2023.
Yeah.
And it's got a big break moment.
So who did the breakdown on this? Was this you?
I believe Drew started the original idea with like the drums and the bass line. I found the vocal and created this whole like I'm all about big bridges. Not always, but like we love big moments.
I like to call them like either like epic or theatrical.
Yeah, exactly.
They're very like
like
drama-ish.
Yeah, it's cool when those moments happen. It's good to break up sets with that, and it's got a big.
Right. People have been like banging and like you need to like take it and like give it
cool down. And then right back to it.
Yeah. Take a deep breath because they're about to get hit.
There we go.
Right? Like that. That's what I'm saying.
Since the 1990s.
Fuck yeah. I haven't even heard this one.
Okay. Yeah.
You just like sent me some stuff outside of in-flight.
Yeah,
this hasn't been one of them. I need this.
I'll hit you with the master folder.
Yeah.
At least our upcoming releases are going to be like pretty much all high energy, but we'll get back to some vibe stuff.
Yeah. But I feel like the high energy stuff is like what puts you on the global map.
For sure, yeah. You get the big plays, the big moments.
Yeah, so like if you really want to start touring in Europe and shit like that, like you need to
get some energy.
get the big high energy stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
When you do the high energy, what we can do.
The new stuff we've been writing is like 130 plus. So like we have a couple of 135s that we've been writing.
So like pre-pandemic, a lot of people were like 128 was where people were capped out at.
Yeah.
And like post-pandemic, if it's like 130 is like the least. Like most people are doing 130 or higher.
Yeah. 132 is the new 128.
Exactly. You know, so
which I'm okay with.
I am too. I mean,
I like it.
I usually do stuff around 130, 132 these days, like when I'm doing peak stuff. But so I'll be. So we're at 127.
Yeah, we're at 127.
And we're in like around 20, 23, 4.
Yeah, so this is right around that time. So this is actually a little earlier in that year, 2023. But this is another collab with Kyle.
Okay.
Called Bass Reeves, and this was our Nervous Records signing.
That's where you got signed.
Yeah. Which was really cool because we found out right the week when we moved to New York, which was like amazing timing.
Okay, so first of all, how did that happen?
Yeah, so Kyle had been sending to Nervous for years. I think this might have been the 20-something songs he sent to them.
And nothing's got signed for you.
Yeah, and that's kind
Are you serious?
Wow. Yeah, that's kind of how a lot of these labels go. You know, they just maybe it's not a fit, or they want to see consistency, or whatever it may be. But this was a collab we had been sitting on for probably about a year, and we had been sending it around. And Kyle called me one day. We were still like unpacking like stuff, and he's like, "Put me on speaker." Just
rolling up in New York.
So it was really cool, to have that. You know, like two.
Nervous is where are they at?
They're based out of New York.
But what borough?
With Brooklyn.
Are they in Brooklyn too? So did you go down to their office and stuff?
No, but they had it was all we all corresponded online, but
Yeah.
they did have a showcase where I went and met Andrew, who runs Nervous now, Andrew Salsano, and then Mike, who's the founder. And we did get to meet them because they had a party at Silo Brooklyn, which is this awesome club. It actually just opened up. I think it was like one of the first weeks Silo was open. We love Silo.
Yeah, it's been around for a little while, right?
Yeah, Silo, about as long as we've been in New York.
Yeah.
But
Williamsburg,
yeah, pretty much. Between Williamsburg, Ridgewood, and Bushwick, it's like right there. Somewhere right there. It's kind of close to the lines on all of them. But it was really cool. To get there, get that, stamp.
Yeah, and right when you moved, okay. So now you're on their radar. They're gonna like be open to checking anything else off.
Yeah.
And you're already in New York now, so.
So
Nervous is it's a legendary label.
Very legendary.
So.
Yeah, it's almost all the greats.
100%. If that doesn't confirm your if that doesn't validate, then what?
It's cool. We're stoked.
I don't know what does. Yeah.
But it's actually Kyle doing the vocal too.
Okay.
On there, and the song's about it was like a Western sheriff, like out I think it was in Texas or something, but the African American sheriff who was just known for laying the law down, and his name was Bass Reeves, and it was like this.
Oh, this is based on a true story.
Yeah, I know it is, and actually we wrote this before. They ended up doing a show about him, like a year after the song came out, when we were like, hey.
Yeah.
So
we already knew.
I was always like, they should have put this in the show, It's not really like. But it's kind of a throwback song. That's that one.
So now you've been in New York, you're nervous. Now you got this is your second release, and then what happened?
Yeah, then we I think for 2025 this year, we sent another batch of tracks to Gene Ferris, and he really liked Bad Girls. So he actually asked us to kind of rework the mix a little bit. He said, if you tighten this up, we'll take it and say less.
So I actually just being in communication with you. Initially, I think we met through the flight. You had sent me Bad Girls when you first did your first rendition of it.
Yeah.
And I actually even played that out a few times.
Yeah,
in
I remember.
In LA. So it definitely so I'm not surprised that Gene was down with it. But his at least he gave you the feedback that this will work if you do this, right?
Yeah.
Because that means he knows what will work on this label, and you're close, and so.
Yeah.
So are you gonna play what you the rendition you made for him, or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna play that final version here. We actually we had to go clean up the mix. It was kind of a bit trashy's not the right word, but a little sloppy on the mix. But it was really cool because he heard past that, and believed in it just based off the idea alone. So I sent the updated version.
He was kind enough to give you some constructive criticism that could that could probably help your sales elevate through his label, right? So,
yeah, exactly.
And your recognition and notoriety. So.
Yeah, so it ended up coming together really well, and I'm glad we did it. I think to kind of refresh the mix.
This is it here, right?
Yep.
Backgrounds.
Yeah, it's really cool. We've been getting I think in the past, it's been about 12 weeks out, we've got over 100 Shazams all around the world, internationally. FM radio, over 80 FM radio plays, all these different countries, which is awesome. And some big support, people who download it, Noisy really liked it.
All right.
Quentin Harris liked it.
Okay.
There's it's been getting some support. It got played on Toolin Radio.
Sure.
With Megan.
Okay.
It was on the Cruzy Toolin Radio episode.
Yeah. So it got play, got that airplay.
Yeah.
And get support from some big heavy hitters.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's probably so far are the most traction we've gotten already. So we're very grateful for that.
And Gene picked this up, so this is like your edited version that met his expectations for his what would fit for his audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun track. I mean, Bad Girls. I mean, we're not encouraging it, but
yeah, this one's for all the bad girls out there.
or you said it.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's a vibe. Kind of more that snare, more snare driven instead of clap.
Well, so in this kind of a song, this is actually very Chicago vibe.
Okay.
If you know about the older the history of the Chicago tracks like this, I can completely understand why Gene was like, yeah, this makes sense on my way.
Awesome.
But the vocals, tell me about that.
Yeah, so
Where did those come from?
so the vocals actually it's a really cool story. So they were vocals off the Splice, but I actually got the vocals from 3 or 4 different apps, and I used on my computer locally, not like a service, an AI library to kind of convert all these different one of them might even be male, one of them might be female.
Right.
I used
Put them in the same,
I used this AI local PyTorch voice conversion library to convert it to just a single female voice.
This is like a year, at least a year and a half ago or something.
A while, yeah. This song is almost 2 years
So
old.
you were already using AI for pitching the voices to
It's essentially this AI you can create your own models and train it, or you can download models you can download a Michael Jackson model or something model that people train. Yeah, so I kind of, it's been a really cool tool to have where let's say I can pull vocals from 4 different voices and make it one singular.
Yeah,
female.
they're all gonna have the exact same output.
So that's how
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys, this is the future right here. This guy is ahead of the curve. Kenny from Rain.
You gotta get with it or get left behind.
Well, you gotta have a pulse on what you can do to make technology work for you.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just a tool. It's like anything. Music wasn't recorded on computers in the beginning, and it just became a tool. That's the way I view AI. It's just a tool to get to what you're hearing in your head.
But it's also enabling you to do things that weren't possible 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And now you have an opportunity to you have this whole other realm of creativity.
Yeah.
Like that. So fun.